These overnight cues impact our own markets. We have our research team joining in with how the trade setup looks like, the stocks that are likely to be in the news, and cues from the FNO side as well. First up, Vivek joins in to get all the market cues you need to watch out for. Vivek, good morning. A weak handover from Wall Street, but the GIFT Nifty is indicating a slightly positive start.
Well, that's right. A very weak handover from as far as global markets are concerned. The Treasury yield movement ensuring that the US handover was very, very weak. Now, what's interesting is the fact that crude oil prices yesterday actually cooled off a little bit. You saw 2 straight sessions of gains. After that, crude oil prices yesterday cooled off, and Brent now hovering around the $75 a barrel mark. Now, Indian markets yesterday, very volatile trading session. They did manage to bounce back after very sharp fall that we saw in the previous 2 trading sessions. In fact, it was the mid-cap end of the market, mid-cap and small-cap end of the market that held the breadth. Advance decline ratio was in favor of the advances, and the broader end of the markets actually outperformed the benchmark indices by quite a stretch. What did well yesterday? It was the mid-cap IT pack. So look at names like Persistent Systems, Coforge. Both of them moved almost 10% higher after a good set of results. So that was something that helped keep the market higher. Top gainers yesterday, look at names like Paytm, after a good set of results and the nod coming in. Canfin Homes, Amber Enterprises, all of them moved very sharply and positively to results reactions. Now, what is it that we'll be keeping an eye out on today? Whole host of companies came out with results post-market hours yesterday. HUL, Pidilite, United Spirits, AU Small Finance Bank, all of them will react to the results. And quite a lot of earnings lined up today as well. So ITC, NTPC, IndusInd Bank, ACC, all of them will declare their results today. Like you mentioned, GIFT Nifty Asian markets, a mixed set of start is what we're expecting once market opens today.
We'll keep an eye out on all of that. Vivek, thanks a lot for that update. Over to Vinny now, who would list out the stocks that you need to watch out for. Vinny, good morning. It's an earnings heavy list, but what do you have for us?
Absolutely, earnings heavy list. Starting with HUL, a week. Not a week, but optically not great in terms of a set of numbers that was reported by the company, mainly because there was a one-off. There is an impact of the macros, which is impacting the performance of the company. And overall, they've been, said that the ice cream business, they will be separating that as well. So keep an eye out on HUL. Pidilite, a soft quarter coming in for the company. Revenue just saw a growth of around 5%. And the company said that the demand was impacted mainly by the rains during the beginning of this quarter. Metro Brands also saw a weak quarter, 4th straight quarter of below 10% revenue growth, so keep an eye out on that. United Spirits, weak top-line growth, miss in terms of volume margins, so keeping an eye out on that. Revenue saw a decline of almost 1% on a Q-on-Q basis. I beg your pardon, Y-on-Y basis. AU Small Finance Bank, NII saw a growth of around 2.8%, but gross non-performing assets, when you look at it, 1.98% versus 1.78%, so which is a bit of a deterioration when you're looking at it sequentially. Aster DM, strong set of numbers reported by the company. Hospitals was something that led the growth for the company in Q2. Piramal Pharma, also a very strong performance coming in. Profit seeing a very sharp growth. Revenues up 15%. So yes, a good performance is what we saw from Piramal Pharma. And similarly from Dr. Lal, also a good performance coming in this time. Revenue up 10%. And a sharp improvement in terms of margins.
Vinny, thanks a lot for that. We'll keep an eye out on all of these names. Over to Sudarshan now, joins in with cues from the FNO space. Sudarshan, good morning. It just can't sustain at higher levels, can we? But what's the setup on the FNO side looking like?
Morning, Homaz. That's exactly. So the problem for market has been that we are failing to hold on to any gains. Look at the mid-cap index. At one point yesterday, it was up more than 700 points. And at the end, it closed with a gain of 300 points. Nifty and sensex is closed with minor cuts. For GIFT Nifty, after a weak global Q, it's indicating a start with minor gains for today. Talk about the flows. FIs continue to sell. Yesterday, it has sold almost rupees 5,700 crore, while DIs have bought shares of more than rupees 6,000 crore. Now, in the month of October, it's 18 sessions and FIs have sold each day, and now total sell figure has crossed rupees 92,000 crore. In the index futures, yesterday we saw minor buying. FIs bought more than rupees 117 crore, and on the long side also they have added contracts, but at the same time they have added contracts on the short side as well. And with these total contracts reduced by 1.70 lakhs for FIs, and long exposure now stands at 32.6%. On the client side, we continue to see addition of long contracts. Now, total long contracts stand at 2.2 lakhs with total long exposure at 64%. On the option side, on the call side, 2 active options are 24,600 and 24,500. On the put side, the active one is 24,400. With these important levels for Nifty, support is at 24,400 and resistance is now around 24,560. And lastly, stocks in focus. There are 3 stocks that have come out of ban, and those are Chambal Fertilizer, PNB and L&T Finance.
Sudarshan, thanks a lot for that update. The GIFT Nifty is indicating a slightly positive start, but again, the question is, will that sustain? Well, time for a short break. Up next, we get you all the details from Hindustan Unilever's second quarter numbers. Stay tuned. Back on the other side.